Maya asked to borrow $40 last week for an overdraft fee. And I was like, babe, you make $72,000 a year. How are we still doing this? And she just looked at me and said, Sophia, my account was $3 short when the phone bill hit, and now I owe the bank $35. I gave her the money, obviously, because she's my best friend. But the whole thing made me so mad, I couldn't even finish my wine that night. Because here's what nobody wants to say out loud. Being broke costs you money. Like actual, real money, on top of the money you already don't have. Most unfair thing in the world, and it happens every single day. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm Sophia, and I spend way too much time thinking about money stuff like this. And just so we're clear, I'm not a financial advisor or anything. Just someone who climbed out of $18,000 of credit card debt and got real mad about how expensive it was to be poor along the way. So the hidden tax, that's what I call it. Not a real tax like the IRS isn't sending you a bill that says broke person fee, but it might as well be, because you are paying more for the exact same life that someone with money is living for less. Overdraft fees are the most obvious one. You get charged $35 because you were short $3. The math doesn't math. Banks are literally charging you money for not having money. Average person who pays overdraft fees pays them like 7 times a year. That's $245 just for being broke at the wrong moment. Someone with a cushion in their account never pays that. Ever. They get the same checking account you have, but their total cost is $0, and yours is $245 a year just to exist. Or late fees. You're 2 days late on your credit card payment because payday was Friday and the due date was Wednesday. So now you owe $40 on top of whatever you were already trying to pay. Meanwhile, someone with savings just pays it early, earns points, pays 0 interest, and probably gets cash back. Same card, different cost. You're paying $40 extra. They're getting 3% back. Gap gets wider every single month. Car insurance. If you pay monthly because you can't afford to drop $800 all at once for the 6-month premium, you're paying more per month than someone who pays up front. I was paying $167 a month, about $1,000 a year. My coworker, who makes the same amount but has better savings, pays the full 6 months up front, and her total is $920. I'm paying $80 more for the exact same coverage just because I can't float the lump sum. Payday loans. Oh my God. If you've never been desperate enough to consider one, good. Keep it that way. But if you have, you know they're charging you like $15 per 100 borrowed, and you have to pay it back in 2 weeks. That's an annual percentage rate of like 390%. Insane. But when your lights are about to get shut off and payday is Friday, you do it. And then you're stuck in this loop where you borrow to cover this week, and then next paycheck is already spent paying back the loan, so you borrow again. Someone with an emergency fund never touches a payday loan. They pull from savings, pay the bill, move on. You pay 390% interest. Even groceries cost you more when you're broke. If you have money, you buy the big thing of olive oil at Costco for $18, and it lasts you 4 months. If you're broke, you buy the tiny bottle at the corner store for $7, and it lasts you 3 weeks. So you end up spending way more per ounce over time. Same with toilet paper, same with laundry detergent, same with literally everything. Being able to buy in bulk saves you so much money, but you need money up front to access the savings. I didn't realize how much this was costing me until I actually started tracking it. Added up all my overdraft fees, late fees, the extra I was paying on car insurance, the month I used a payday loan app, and the difference between what I was spending at the bodega versus what I could have spent if I'd stocked up. It was over $1,000. $1,000 I paid just for being broke. And that money could have gone toward getting less broke, but instead, it just disappeared into fees and penalties. And here's the thing that really gets me. The system is designed this way. Banks make $33 billion a year off overdraft fees. Billion, with a B. Payday loan companies make $9 billion. They are profiting off people who don't have enough money. And it's legal, and it's normalized, and nobody talks about it like the scam that it is. So what do you do about it? Honestly, the only real answer is to claw your way out of it inch by inch. And I know that sounds bleak, but it's true. You build a buffer, even if it's just $50, so you're not living on the edge of overdraft. You automate your bills to hit right after payday, so you're never late. You look for banks that don't charge overdraft fees. They exist now, Chime and Current and a bunch of others. You buy the big thing of rice when you can because it'll save you money over the next 3 months. You do everything you can to stop paying the broke tax because every dollar you stop paying in fees is a dollar you can put toward actually getting ahead. Maya paid me back yesterday, Venmo'd me $40 with a little heart emoji. And I didn't say anything, but I did send her a screenshot of a no-fee checking account because I love her and I'm tired of watching her give banks money for nothing. You deserve to keep your money. The system's rigged, but you don't have to stay stuck in it forever.